Last week happened a massacre in North Gaza with almost no international coverage. It was a massacre. I will read what happened on the website of Euromed, which is a human rights organization. Israeli army forces opened fire on dozens of Palestinian civilians waiting for aid trucks on the sea road northwest of Gaza City on 30 November around 10 a.m. The Israeli forces killed and injured dozens of them when they attempted to seek refuge inside a nearby house, and then bombed the building, destroying it. Many more individuals are missing and presumably trapped beneath the debris. According to an eyewitness, the Israeli army targeted a group of civilians who had been enduring weeks of famine as a result of the occupation army blocking the entry of food and aid supplies into Gaza City and North Gaza. When they went to get flour, the army opened fire on them with shells and bullets, forcing them to take cover in a two-story residential house. As soon as they reached the building, the Israeli army bombed it. Screams from those still inside the targeted house were heard, but the victims' cries for help could not be answered as the area was inaccessible to ambulances and civil defense personnel. What a nightmare. Initial reports indicate that there were around 200 people gathered in the area at the time of the attack. 70 of them were killed and injured. Many more are still unaccounted for and likely stuck beneath the rubble, and no rescue efforts have been conducted as the Israeli army has effectively shut down Palestinian civil defense and ambulance services after threatening, confiscating, shelling and burning fire trucks and ambulances in the northern Gaza Strip for 23 days now. This was 1 week ago, so it's now 30 days. So we can assume that the missing are also dead. The international community must take immediate action, blah, 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 blah. As long as there is no outcry, the massacres will not stop. After 41 days of Israel's ground invasion of northern Gaza, the situation has descended into an unprecedented catastrophe, with the occupation army still bombing and destroying hundreds of homes, killing and injuring thousands and forcing tens of thousands to flee the area. The ongoing Israeli genocide in the Gaza Strip, which uses starvation as one of its main tools of implementation, must be stopped. Additionally, efforts must be made to quickly and effectively bring in life-saving supplies via land routes and crossing in the entire Gaza Strip, particularly the northern part of the Strip. This will allow municipal crews to repair and restore water, sanitation and health services, as well as provide safe and sufficient food for the entire population, including baby formula, which is nearly non-existent in the northern Strip. The restoration of local production systems and the entry of commercial goods must also be allowed. The international community is both legally and morally obligated to take swift action to preserve the lives of the Gaza Strip's roughly 2.3 million residents. Well, most likely the genocide, which is going on for 1 year, has killed 250,000 people. The missing and indirect deaths calculated. So it used to be 2.3 million, now it's below 2 million. It's really unprecedented. And I must say, Euro-Mediterranean Human Rights Monitor, they do a good job. One of the few international organizations who is doing a good job and who is calling the United Nations for declaring famine in Gaza Strip. Officially there is still no famine in Gaza since the United Nations didn't declare it by Israeli pressure. If they will declare it, it means that there will be more funds, and international attention to the problem. The United Nations must declare famine. It's a shame that they didn't. You see that Israel is really a powerful country and that Jews practically rule the world. It is what it is. The atrocities are just continuing, and it's a shame for humanity. It's truly a shame of humanity.